not, you don't have to be depressed to understand depression. You know what I'm saying? You have to really just sit up there and be willing to give it the time and the urge to understand why they're in the place they're in. And for me, I think like my mother and at the time my partner, they had put me in a deep dark depression, like where I was like crying, I was sad, I was going through things like I would like nothing would happen in a day that was bad, but it would put me in such a negative headspace because I felt like nobody understood what I was going through with the pressure of taking care of everyone. And then I had to start choosing myself, so I understood that mental health was affecting my relationship currently that I'm in, because when I went into that space, I literally just stayed to myself. I didn't know how to explain it to him. I didn't know how to have him understand this is what I was going through or this is what I was feeling. So I think he didn't get the full scope until one day I just told him like, yo, I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm mad. I'm angry. This is what's going on with me. It took a lot for me to even admit that, because I'm a person that is always trying to be strong and trying to look out for everybody and make sure everybody's good. But it really will take a toll on you after a while when you allow that stress to come into your relationship, because you can't communicate it, because truthfully, you don't even know how to verbally speak it, how to say it, or what to say. It's just something that you're going through and you feel like it's a phase and that it's going to go away, but it doesn't. It doesn't go away just like that. It doesn't just disappear because you want it to. You have to actually do the work to become the best version of yourself. And I think in the last year of me focusing on myself, it has helped my relationship in a lot of ways, because in my relationship I feel like I'm becoming one of the best versions of myself that I've ever been in my life, because I'm communicating how I feel with no bars, no boundaries, in the sense of I'm saying how I feel. And even when I don't want to hurt people's feelings, I still speak on it. For my birthday, I had a very good birthday. My birthday is November 17th. I had a very good birthday weekend. I went up to the mountains in Asheville, North Carolina. We had a great time. We had a drinking and having fun, playing games, dinner, whatever the case may be. We had a great time. And I wasn't depressed. I wasn't sad. I wasn't mad. But at the same time, I didn't like a lot of the gifts I got for my birthday. And I said, that sounds so petty. But at the same time, I always try to give everybody what they want, from me for their birthdays, for holidays, Christmas, whatever's going on. But I say, I really always give people that chance to say, you know what, it's okay. Whatever they get me, I'll just appreciate. But that's not real life. You don't have to always say, you know what, I like it because you gave it to me. No, I did not like it. I did not like it. I did not like some of the gifts, And I know it's like, damn, why you got to say it like that? Because I'm being honest. Like, I don't like things to affect my mental health. So I have to be honest about what I say. Hey, how you doing? Hey. So I'm also recording my podcast, y'all, because I'm on YouTube Live, everybody. So yeah, so it's just like this. Mental health is important. You have to always remember to be the best version of yourself. In a relationship, you have to be honest. If you need help, seek help. It's never gonna be a one, two, three simple. And I know that when I was with that person I was with years ago, that I didn't understand that their mental health played a key role into why it affected the relationship in a way that we could not work. Can you say my name? Yeah, so I just feel like people have to understand that it takes time to be the best version of yourself. You're always healing. You're always in a place of trying to get to the next step in life. But it's never going to be overnight. So mental health definitely can be affected in relationships if you do not speak about it. And sometimes it's hard to speak about it, so you have to go to your partner and say, "Hey, this is what I'm going through, and I really want the best version of myself to come out of this." This is what's that, Alvia? I'm subscribed. Can you shout me out? I'm subscribed to you. Well, shout outs to you, Olivia. I'm just over here recording another episode. It's a solo episode without Mario. He's gonna jump back on and record with me as well in a little bit. You're welcome, love. It's not a problem. We appreciate all the support and that you subscribe. Name a car for an edit. Name a car for an edit. It is okay. Yeah. So how y'all doing tonight? And what y'all doing? What y'all up to? I'm just over here recording. Over here, we're in North Carolina, so we're on the East Coast. What side of town or what state are y'all in? Actually, yo Mario, I'm ready for you. Come on, I'm ready for you to record your part in it in this episode. What are you doing? Remember, the other topic was mental health and relationships. So I just did a dialogue about mental health and relationships and how it affected in my marriage when I was married, and how my partner's mental health played a role. So okay. Now I want you on the episode. That was the other episode that I told you about. Okay. Oh, okay. But yeah, so we're gonna try to go live when we record. Oh, you on the phone? It's okay. You just say you on the phone.
No, I'm off now.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Am I you on live?
I am on live, but I told you we gotta get 1,000 watch hours. So I'm trying to.
Oh, you trying to do something now?
Yeah, I'm just keep going. You know.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I recorded my point. I'm gonna want you to jump on now.
All right. So what we doing? Where you at?
Mental health and relationships. And how does
where
it
you hit
affect
stop? You hit the stop button.
Yeah.
Name a car for an edit. Name a car for an edit. Is it?
No, I already
if you
went
want,
through
you're
that.
the best. Says I'm just kidding. Thank you. Okay, that's what's up. All right. Anyway, where you at? All right. I'm sorry. Explain it to me again.
Okay, so that it's mental health and relationships. How does it affect it in a relationship? So I guess go back to I'll hit end, and then you can jump in where I was at the end.
Mental health in the relationships, and what else?
I just want to talk about how mental health affects relationships. That's what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about like depression and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm talking about how in the beginning. This is where you could.
Mental health and relationship.
Yeah, I'm just talking about how mental health can affect your relationships, because I just basically was explaining how I didn't understand how depressed I had when I was married. My partner was, and it had nothing to do with me. That the depression was something within them that they had to work on, and how I gave up on them because I didn't really understand. I never took the time to actually understand what mental health was about until I actually went through it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy work.
That was the episode I remembered.
So let me go ahead and jump in here by saying this, right? I actually went through far as in like a mental depression, far as in like when I was in a relationship at one point in time. I remember the time where I actually sat there and told her that I was actually feeling down and sad. And this is actually kind of like previous far as in with my son too. I tried that. You get what I'm saying? And I tried it to the point where, I felt down. I felt sad. I felt as if like, I really couldn't be loved pretty much in life either. I actually sat there and I expressed it too, but I felt as if like, yeah, she was there, but was she really? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of more of pushing away and stuff like that. And the more and more I actually sat back and I was just like, just come, like be there or whatever. But it's like, the more and more you sit back and you talk to far as people like how you're feeling, like I feel down. You know what I'm saying? I feel sad. Like those are signs or whatever that we're actually reaching out, pretty much saying like, I want you to be there. But some people actually take that and just be like, oh well, you'll get over it. Talk to somebody, go see a therapist or whatever and stuff like that. But sometimes it's not always about that. Seeing somebody else, we actually want to confine that far as within you. The worst thing that you can actually sit back and do is not listen. You get what I'm saying? We're telling you everything that's bothering us and stuff like that, but yet we feel as like, yeah, I hear you, but you're actually not listening far as into like the key details of pretty much what's everything that's going on. That can push a relationship away. That can actually push you to actually go into somebody else's arms too, and which can cause cheating as well. And the reason why I say it like that, I'm not sure, but it's a lot of people that's out there that may be like, you know what? I've been at a point in time far as where it feels as if I don't know what to do. You get what I'm saying? I'm with this person or whatever, but I don't know how to make them happy. Oh, they feel sad all the time. Oh, they feel as if like, you know what? how can I actually try to be there for as informed if they don't want me to? You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? And like I had to sit back and actually like put myself far as in the next shoes sometimes too. Take a step back. Start removing yourself far as in from just judging them. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in those shoes or whatever makes it feel as if like, well, what are you really going through? Let me try to understand it far as it from your standpoint. And if I
Hmm.
can actually do that and then I can talk to you, it's two things I will always sit back and tell somebody regardless if they're expressing themselves far as into me. Do you want me to listen or do you need that response far as in from me when you do it? Because sometimes I don't need a response far as in from you. I just need you to actually just listen to me. Sometimes. But then again, there's sometimes or whatever in life where people actually want you to respond to them as well. We'll actually sit there and just be like, yo, like, I have a problem. You get what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It's up to you to actually sit there and just be like, yo, at right then and there, just tell me straight up, yo, you want me to listen? You get what I'm saying? Or do you need me to respond far as into it? Just
Hmm.
listen to me. You get what I'm saying? Because once you get all of that off your chest, you will be so amazed far as in like how that person will just be like, all right, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm there. You get what I'm saying? And like once I'm there far as and for you, that's it. There's nothing that that person can't do far as and for you, none whatsoever. But don't push them away. Anybody that's deal with far as in like mental health, depression and stuff like that, also in relationships and stuff, you're not alone. Trust me, we all been there. We all been like done that shit. Honestly speaking, and like if you feel as if like none of my feelings are not valid. Some people feel like that. My feelings are not valid. I feel as if like I'm doing all this stuff. I'm working. I'm coming home. I'm cleaning up. I'm doing all this shit, and yet you're not appreciative. Appreciative is a very big fucking thing that goes on in this world today too. If I feel like a motherfucker's not appreciative, guess what we do? We start snapping. We start being snappy. We start saying slick shit. You get what I'm saying? But yet, what is that fixing? You're just creating
Yeah,
arguments
because
and a lot of stuff.
sometimes, that even in a relationship, your partner could be depressed and they can mask it. They can mask it with smiles and laughter and jokes. And sometimes you have to really pay attention and look for the signs. And sometimes there are no signs. Sometimes you really just don't know. But if you listen, you'll find out, and you'll read. And if you read in between the lines, sometimes that will tell you what's going on. I know, like, my partner suffers from depression, right?
Right.
And when recently his grandmother passed away, and that's something that I even told him the other day. I said that's something that has been sitting on you so heavy. I said you're not okay. I said, and that's okay. He was like, "No, I'm good." I said, "No, you're not." I said, "You're not dealing with it." I said because your grandmother passed away, yes, but you didn't deal with the emotion of letting it out. It's not about just crying. I said you are so affected by it. I said there was a change in your eyes.
Mm.
Like, I know you. And I told him that. I said, I know you. I said, I can look in your eyes and see that there's a difference. I said, so I said, I want you to come to me and stop trying to hold it in and just saying you good. You're not good. And I'm okay with you not being good. But you know what? I'm here. I'm here to listen. I'm here to be silent with you. I'm just here. But no matter what, I'm by your side. I try to give that reassurance. But like I said earlier in the episode, I said I didn't know that back then. In my early 20s, I didn't understand what depression was. I just knew, like, oh, nigga, you sad. Like, oh, you're not cleaning up, or you being lazy, but not really actually understanding that, yo, you really going through something
Tammy, you're talking about depression.
in mental
And
health and
mental health
relations.
and relationships. That's basically what you sit back, what you're talking about. Far as and for the people that's listening out there on YouTube and stuff like that as well. But go ahead, bro. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
but no, it's okay because we're on YouTube streaming too right now, y'all. So it definitely was something that I didn't understand back then. I just thought it was laziness. And the crazy part is, I have a sister who suffers from deep depression, right? And it was to the point where I remember I didn't even want to go to her house because you could see it in her house. Sometimes depression, you can see it in how people live instead of the way they act. You know what I'm saying? Because my sister would be out with me, hanging out, laughing, we joking, we kidding, we going out together. And then I went to her house one day and I got sad because it wasn't that I thought, oh wow, she's nasty. I
It's
was
not
like, oh
that.
wow,
You
you
just
were
felt that.
really.
You felt that energy. You get what
I
I'm
felt the
saying?
heaviness
Yeah.
of what she was going through, and I was like, it wasn't embarrassing. And she was like, I'm just so embarrassed, and she started crying. I said, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. I said, I know now. I can see it. You're going through something. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me. I said, but I can see it now.
Mm.
I said, so I'm gonna check on you more often. I'm gonna come over here more often. And I didn't do that for that person back then. Like I said, I was in 1920 dating this person. I am dating this person for 4 years and marrying this person. And I didn't even understand that this person was really that depressed.
But that's where it comes back down to, and that's what I kept saying too. Don't push that person away either, just because they're sitting back going through something. People express themselves far as in so many different ways. It can be like a so. I thought you didn't want no candy because your throat hurt.
I wasn't gonna say
Yeah,
that.
all right. But anyway, honestly, though, look, pause. But people go through a lot of things in life, and that's basically what we
But
said.
I did push him away.
You did.
And you know
You
what? I
pushed
left
him.
him too.
All right, so when
I don't. No, I don't regret
no,
leaving
nobody's saying
him.
that you regret it. Only thing I'm saying is right from people who actually deal far as in with that mentalness, as far as like in a relationship and stuff like that, right? It hurts. You get what I'm saying? And far as in for the person not to stick around, I'm not saying that you shouldn't leave and stuff like that, because some people can be pushed far as into the point where you just like, you know what, fuck it, I can't do it. You get what I'm saying? So only thing I'm sitting back far as and saying far as to
He
everybody is
killed a
that
cat in front of me. And you know how I love cats. He murdered his own cat because his cat scratched me. I bought him a cat one year. And that was my breaking point. He literally, the cat scratched me. He said he got upset. He said, the cat scratched you. I said, it's okay, relax.
mm,
I stepped on the cat's paw by accident, so it was a natural reaction.
yeah.
He took a metal chair, put the cat in the middle of it, and broke the cat's neck.
Mm,
And that was when I was like, I'm out. That's what made me leave. Because I love animals.
I believe
And
you.
I love cats. So with that, and I had a cat for 12 years at that point. By the time I was with him, I had a cat from when I was a kid. So I was grown, and he killed the cat in front of me. And when he did that, mental health or not, I was like, oh, I'm out. I'm sorry.
You're like, fuck
Yeah, I was
that,
like, I'm
right?
out.
I was like, fuck that. I don't know what they talking about. I think somebody's in a relationship right here in front of us, in front of our own eyes. Or they
What?
trying to be with somebody. That's what
Oh
it look like.
Lord,
Lord.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. All right. But look,
Does it affect your dating life?
what?
Your mental health?
Sometimes yeah, honestly, but
In what
I'm
ways?
and not too many ways though, because I can actually sit back and actually talk about it.
Yeah, because
I
my
not
first deep depression, you actually saw it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've never been through that though in life, a period,
right,
like
damn.
ever.
Well, for me, basically, when I went through it, honestly, anytime I actually go through far as my depression and stuff like that, I actually sit back and I actually talk about it. I talk about it, I put it out there and just let it be known, like, you know what, hey, I can't deal with this. You get what I'm saying? And you have to communicate that far as in like, what do you go through? Because they ask questions in the beginning. That's the best time to get everything out instead of like a surprise. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You
Well,
sat
you're
back and you told me that before.
transparent. Not
Yeah,
everybody knows how to be. Like
no,
me, I didn't know how to be transparent with depression because I didn't deal with it before
right.
until what happened with my mother and at the time with me and Maurice. I didn't understand what that was, and then when I really realized what it was, I was like, oh wow, I'm depressed. Like I was like, oh wow,
And honestly,
me?
though, a lot of people don't go through that depression, not even just relationship. They go through it far as with family members, them as well too.
Yeah,
And you got to think about it like that too. Like your family members, or far as in your mother, your dad, or however you want to put it, those are your first relationships that you actually experience in life, far as in like to set the ground rules, far as in how you're supposed to be treated. But yeah, stop eating his candy.
oh this is
Yeah,
Kamari's.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Tanner,
I thought
it's
it
too
was yours
good.
because I saw you.
No, I took
I,
it.
I
I took
s-
it from him because he's
yeah,
tearing it
but I
up.
saw you tearing it up.
That's because I'm his father.
Yeah, but
The fuck?
I'm his uncle. So what you saying? We don't want him having silver caps
That's
on his
true.
teeth.
Have me one.
There you go.
You ain't putting the
That-
trash back in there, is you?
It's right there. Why would I do that?
Because it's trash right here.
Yeah, I put. Oh no, I didn't do that. That was you playing because I don't even know what this is. What is this?
That's the
A foot top, fruit pies? What the
yeah.
hell is that?
But you tearing them up. You need to stop.
All right, this is my last one. Relax.
Yeah.
Nephew
Yeah,
said
put that
I
trash in the
I am just record. Go ahead.
well, yeah, chewy. That's it, chewy.
Yeah, but and then I think we gotta not take away the fact that when somebody says they're going through something, believe them. You can't tell somebody they're not depressed,
That shit good, ain't it?
or tell somebody, "Oh, get like," cause my mother would tell my sister, "Oh, you just a nasty ass girl," or "Be a strong black woman." My mom would say that, "Oh, you strong." No, sometimes it's okay. I'm fucked up. I'm messed up sometimes.
Yeah, but
Sometimes I'm
sometimes
weak.
you know what? Honestly, let's put it like this, right? When I actually had to go through a lot of stuff in my life or whatever, I used to sit back and question like my mom about a lot of stuff, even my dad too, because I know he wasn't there. My mom used to sit back and be like, you know what, I'm your mom and your dad. You get what I'm saying? But then again, at the same time, I had to actually sit back and just be like, damn, you know what? You can say all of that, but yet you still wasn't there either. You was there far as to a certain extent, but majority of my stuff I had to actually sit back and learn far as from my grandmother, my grandpa, and then my auntie. You get what I'm saying? But as I got older, I had to realize this too. My grandma and my grandpa never changed. My auntie did. You get what I'm saying? And far as for them, they had everything. They had two parents. You get what I'm saying? But my thing is, how do you sit back and have two parents and know what far as love feels like, but you don't know how to get that far as into your kids itself? You feel as if like just buying stuff or doing stuff, yeah, that's fine. But if you're actually not physically there to actually have the quality time, it fucks everything up. It fucks with your mental. You get what I'm saying? My
Yeah.
dad's excuse, far as when he tried to reach out to me, he said that my aunt stole money, far as from him, so that way he could not be around. You made a decision, far as for yourself, not for me. But you made it far as for yourself the reason why you couldn't be around, and that was a bullshit as excuse. When you have to understand is this: when you're a kid, we don't give a fuck about money and stuff like
It's
that.
just about you being
It's just
there.
about you being there. It's quality time. You get what I'm saying? You know how hard it was to learn how to stand, like peace standing up.
Yeah, well, I had that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's hard.
But you know what? I didn't even realize until, like, I think when me and my sister were older and we were talking one day about growing up as kids and the
Hmm.
experiences that we had, I didn't realize that I grew up with a depressed mother.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is my mother was physically and always there, but mentally a lot. My mom would cook dinner, make sure we was good, and then go in her room. She wouldn't eat. She would just go in her room, smoke her cigarette, and pour her Pepsi, and stay in the dark. You know,
Mm.
I didn't even think about that until I got into my late 20s. I was like, wow, my mom was depressed. But I didn't realize that because she still showed up to the school events, still showed up for us. But at the same time, she would go in that room and close that door and be in that dark space. She literally would stay in the dark, had curtains even during the day. And my mom went to college and graduated from school. And I think that's when my mom, like, when she went back to school and went to college, she literally, that's when she got out of that dark place. But honestly, most of my childhood, my mom was in a dark place. And I didn't even know that until, like, I really, as an adult, look back and say, if I stayed in a dark room all day, every day, just smoking a cigarette and drinking Pepsi, that's depression.
It is.
You know, and that's not something that I do, but that's something that I realize, you know, that plays into the factor of how she is. And you know, she would say, oh well, you know what, if you had 6 kids and none of the fathers was helping, you would be depressed too. I don't know that experience,
No,
so
because
I can't speak on it.
that's your personal
That's
decisions at the
her
end of it.
personal
Yeah,
experience.
that's all it
But
is.
I said also, I said at the same time, not to be disrespectful, Ma, I said you also are the one who continue to have children.
Yeah.
I said, and you could, and not only that, I said you had 2 children. You have 3 baby fathers. You had 2 children with them each, two, 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 right? But check this out. My sister Jaleesa and me and my sister Jaleesa have the same father. My mom had my sister Jaleesa, then went and got married to another man. Had my sister Jasmine, then went back to my father, had me, then went back to her husband and had my little brother. So it's just like you knew who that man was the first time when my father was cheating on you and he had a baby that was literally 2 months older than my sister, why would you go back and have me? Not that I don't appreciate being here, but you literally somewhat caused your own hurt because you kept going back to what you knew was no good. You left your husband because he was beating your ass, okay? So then you go back to my father. You have me. Then you what? You go back to your husband, have my brother. And then you leave him again because he was beating your ass again. You, in a way, continue to be in a toxic cycle. So you set up, and I'm not saying that her depression wasn't real or people didn't help cause it, but a lot of it was her choice.
Mm.
But sometimes our depression isn't our choice. Sometimes it could be a chemical imbalance, you know, where you may need to seek some type of help with medication. Or it could be something where you just grew up in a family where you couldn't speak your mind because if you spoke your mind, you were beat for it, or you was told you were a child, shut up,
Shut up.
you
Real
know?
quick.
And
Real
that's
quick.
something my mom said she grew up doing. That's why she would tell us, "Oh, speak your mind," because I grew up being told a child's to be seen and not heard.
Exactly.
You know, that was what she grew
Or
up with.
stay in a child's place.
Yeah.
So quick to
So
yell
she
that,
would
bro.
tell us speak our mind, and I think that Like I told somebody, I said the biggest thing that I think affected me from my childhood, because like I said, I didn't grow up with a bad childhood. Like I had both my parents. I did see this like bad things at times. Like my coolest memory at 7 years old was my mom and my dad fighting, and all the police being outside, and us standing on the porch watching my mom, like my dad damn near cut her pinky on. They had to like literally sew her pinky back on because my dad cut her because he was mad because she wouldn't let him come in her house, and then she hit him in the head with a hammer and then bust out all his windows in front of the police. Then she got arrested for attempted murder. Then we had to go live with our grandparents while she was in jail, and that's my core memory of us being 7 years old. I remember that. And then after that, my mom coming home from jail, getting back with her husband, getting pregnant with my brother, and then me being molested by her husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
So those are the things that those and those things, like I was talking to Maurice about it one day. We were sitting outside and we were talking, and I just said I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but I said I don't understand why people hurt kids. I don't understand that. I said, what makes you want to hurt a kid and do something to them like that? And I just started crying. And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "It's so crazy. I'm 33 years old." I said, "And this stuff still fucks with me." But I said, "That's what people don't realize. When you do things to people, you got to be careful because you can implement something on them that can change the trajectory of how their life goes. Because it's not that I no, I haven't forgiven him and he's dead, and I'm not going to.
A lot of people
But
is like that.
at the end of the day, when he died, I'm not gonna lie. I said, God, it was about time.
Mm.
Because mentally, even though I never seen him again after he did it and he got in trouble for it, it fucked me up. Like it fucked me up to the extent that I always am like, I don't like people behind me. I don't like people walking behind me. I don't like a lot of stuff because it takes me back to being a 7 year old little boy where I couldn't defend myself.
Mm.
And that's why, like, I went and my dad, I made sure my dad, I didn't even tell my dad until I was older. Like, I made sure my dad put me in boxing and stuff. I wanted to know how to defend myself. I went and played football. I went and did boxing. I wanted to learn how to protect myself because I grew up with girls. You know, so I'm the first boy. 8 of my sisters are older than me. And I only have one little sister, and she's
Mm.
26. So they're all older than me. So I was like, yo, I have to learn how to protect myself. I have to learn how to not let nobody hurt me like that again from 7 years old, you know? So in a way, I didn't realize that I was dealing with that as a depression and didn't even know it because it was affecting me and it would make me sad, just the thought. And then when I had my own kid, I said, "Oh, somebody do that, I'ma hurt them." You know, like I really like it. Like
Yeah.
I hurt
You
you.
mean it, man.
Like yeah, like it fucked with my mental. Where I was just like, I didn't even want to have kids because I didn't want nothing to happen to them that happened to me.
A lot of people look at it like that too, even women too. You know what I'm saying? Like their worst fear is like being molested. You get what I'm saying? Another one is somebody
Most
raping
women
them.
have been SA'd.
Yeah.
A lot of women have been SA'd, and I know so many women that be like, "Yeah, it happened. Okay, well, what can I do about it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not saying they need to cry about it either or be depressed about it, but I'm like, that is it's not normal for us to think that some of the
No,
things we
it's
go
not,
through
and
is
it's
normal.
not
Oh, like
okay.
oh, everybody goes through that. No, it's
It's
not.
not. It's not. Cause think about it. If that's your daughter or whatever and shit like that, think about it. That's how. No offense, y'all, but that's more likely far as in like how most women, right, these days is out there in the street or whatever, how they become far as in how they are now. You get what I'm saying? They didn't have that figure or whatever to sit back and tell them like, everything's gonna be okay. This is what you do. This is how you defend yourself. Because think about it. Some of them be out there thotting right after that. They be selling being hoes. I'm just being
Yeah,
honest.
but then you know what? I also paid attention to how it made me very promiscuous as I was younger. I was too, I was humping when I was like 8 and 9 years old,
Yeah.
and I didn't think about it until like, not even with me going to therapy now. Like I was talking to Maurice about it. I said I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to be doing that. You know what I'm like?
You might have
It,
saw
it,
something. You get what I'm
no,
saying?
something. That's what I was molested. So it's like after that, it made me curious of like, oh. Oh well, if my body reacted to it, but mentally I wasn't prepared for that.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it definitely affected. I think how in my early teenage years how I was so sexual. Like I was literally fucking any girl that could walk. That I would talk to. I would meet a girl and my goal was to have sex with her. Then even when started messing with men, I didn't mess with men until I was 18 years old. I was taking them down like 3 different niggas a day. Like I literally was just racking that body count up. And I realized that it was all because of an experience for me. I'm not saying for anybody else, but for me, it was from an experience that I had as a child. that really affected how I saw myself. And it caused a depression that I didn't even know it was there until I really started thinking about it and talking about it.
I understand. So, how you want to go ahead and wrap this up, far as for the people back at home, bro?
Um, Honestly, let's just end it because there is no perfect ending to mental health.
Mm.
Let's just end it.
All right. And with that, one love, y'all.